I'd like to start off. I was the interviewer, Mr. Young, and I interviewed Haley Scott. Okay, so just to start off, I'll give a quick introduction. Haley Scott is a third grade teacher. She's been teaching for about 10 years now, and she's who I interviewed. I chose her because she does really good when it comes to putting her full effort into her lesson and instruction, and I think it really shows with her assessments and things of that nature, and her children really do show growth. Okay. So the first question was, what do you see as the purpose of assessments? Haley says, I think that assessments is used for many different things. I think that the biggest or most used purpose is to analyze students and teachers' performance level. Haley then expanded to say that normally assessments are a big way to show how much a student is understanding what's going on in the classroom, and on the flip side, how much a teacher is expressing or making be known of what's going on with each particular standard. And it is a way for teachers and students to know how to build and grow forth moving on in the year in the classroom. Okay. Question 2. What aspects of children's creative development are assessed in your classroom? Haley says, in my classroom, I mostly use problem solving to assess students' creative development. This skill allows me to see students showcase their own ideas in their learning. After she said this, she started to expand on how, because she's a subject area tested teacher, that she really doesn't have the opportunity to do so many different experiments and things of that nature. So she takes the standards that she have, and then she incorporates different creative outlets for children, and problem solving is one way of doing that. For instance, she might give a scenario of with math or with reading. She might give different scenarios that could match the standard, and then children have to remember to problem solve and creatively think about what's going on, and then how they could use the standard or what they're learning to also answer these questions. Okay. Question 3. What kinds of assessments do you use to evaluate children's creativity in their art? Haley responds, I mostly check through observation. This allows me to view how students plan and revise their work after feedback. Excuse me, I'm sorry. So after she said that, she started to expand on how Haley does oftenly check within her in her lesson plan, her check for understanding. That's a big part of her daily routine, is where she's able to physically see the students make, and for math, work things out. For reading, she says she implements this skill of highlighting and boxing in your evidence, because she's able to see who's actually putting forth the effort, who's actually understanding what's going on, who's actually working towards their goal of being better and or becoming more progressive within their learning. And she said that way she's able to see, well, it's not that you don't understand the skill, it's maybe that the passage is so much bigger, so it takes you a little while longer to find your answer, or you're not really good at phonics or some of your other skills that you should have gotten, so it's taking you longer to read, which is what's causing you to miss so many different questions. And she said her observation really allows her to see so much more. Okay, moving on. I'll just go with my reflection. The interview went very well. When I think about the most memorable part was that Haley was very pleasant. She kept a great smile, and it was really good to interview her. Moving on next, it says the best interview question. That was question number 2, where it asked about what aspect she does. Okay. The new question, now one new question I would have asked her was how challenging it is to incorporate creativity while teaching a state tested subject area, because I do know that there is a lot of pressure on teachers, especially nowadays when it comes to those who teach in the subject area teaching. You don't want to feel stressed and then also say, well, I want you to show creativity, but I'm not sure, and I'm sure it might be challenging. Moving on, it says attitude change. I don't really have any big attitude changes after listening with Haley. Me and her agreed on a lot of different things, and as I do that, I'll move on to the next one about some expectations. I really expected to agree with Haley on a lot of different things because we are very similar in mind, like. And one thing I did agree with her on was that it is important to really take time to observe your student and see what's going on because it does allow you to gain a better understanding. And also, I agree with her on that it is important to see that assessment guides you with your learning and that they really do show performance and you're able to learn from that. And that's all